Good morning, and welcome to another Extraordinary Connection. I was thinking about a trip I took to Cuba. As part of my seminary, we had a cross-cultural learning experience, and I was able to go to Cuba. It was awesome. But there they brought up an issue I think that faces so many of us today. And it's the idea of wanting things now. Wanting things to be fixed now, wanting our faith now, wanting miracles now, wanting a sandwich now. And through that, they find when you get things right now, they're usually not as good of things as you get. And I think that's even truer for us. What is better? Like a fresh grilled burger on a charcoal grill, and it takes half an hour to get the grill going, and then that additional time for cooking, or going to McDonald's and getting a patty that's been under a warming cooker for half an hour. You can get it right now, but is it as good? And through this, I read the scripture as part of my service yesterday, and I really think it applies to us. So I'll be reading out of the Gospel as written to us by St. Mark, chapter 8, verse 22 through 26. Jesus and his disciples came to Bethsaida. Some people brought a blind man to Jesus and begged him to touch and heal him. Taking the blind man's hand, Jesus led him out of the village. After spitting on his eyes and laying his hands on the man, he asked, "Do you see anything?" The man looked up and said, "I see people! They look like trees, only they're walking around." Then Jesus placed his hands on the man's eyes again. He looked with the man's eyes wide open. His sight was restored, and he could see everything clearly. Then Jesus sent him home, saying, "Don't go into the village." This is a really interesting miracle because it's one of the only miracles mentioned in our Holy Scriptures that Jesus performs that takes multiple attempts to get it right. It takes time to get it right. I think there's some deep symbolic truth there. Often in faith, we hear on the radio preachers or TV preachers or some popular religious books that all you have to do is say a sinner's prayer and you're saved. But I think it's much deeper than that. We in the Methodist tradition believe that God is offering us sanctifying grace. Grace that actually changes our heart. Grace that leads to perfection. Not perfection of mind or body. Not even that we won't be tempted. But perfection of love. And this is a hard process. John and Charles Wesley, the founders of Methodism, fought whether it could actually be reached in this life. And I think it can, for a rare few. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't be working toward it. It means that we should always be working toward it. Practice makes improvement, as my high school psychology teacher said. And sanctification is that practice. Using works of mercy, works of piety, following the ordinances of God. This is our practice that builds to improvement. And maybe, just maybe, practice makes perfect. And so, friends, don't look for the immediate response. Don't go eat at McDonald's. Go get a good hamburger. And show each other love. mercy, tenderness. Be there for people as God is there for you. And work on your sanctification. We're all in this together.